in the May. Look, Janine liked that one, didn't
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. They got some upbeat stuff that you jam to. See, I like one-offs. I take a band, I like 2 or 3 of their songs, I move on.
you? Is that how you do it?
That's how I do.
That's how you rolls?
So you won't listen to the whole album. You'll listen to just the songs on the radio.
No, not usually. Just the ones I like. They don't have to be famous on the radio songs, but if I come across it like on YouTube or something and I like it, I that's the one I go with.
Okay.
So UFOs have appeared here. Now, this is an interesting story. We had the New York Times release these videos back in 2007. The third video that the Pentagon released was released by, wait for it, Tom DeLonge of Blink-182, who started his own UFO company thing.
Oh, UFO company?
Yeah, he's got this whole Stars Alliance, whatever the hell it's called, thingamajig. So he was the one who came across the third video and released that. So that came out a little while ago, last year. So basically, we've seen these videos already, but it's the fact that we now have our own government being yeah, here's UFO videos. How does that make you feel, Frank?
They don't know what it is. It's UFO because it's unidentified. They're not saying it's alien. But my big problem with these things, it's Bigfoot all over again. It's a blurry, no detail shot of a thing flying across the sky. Why? I mean, it's 2000. What was it? 2007 was the first one.
2007. No, this happened a while ago, but 2007 was the first time that it was released on through the New York Times.
So we can't get a clear image with all the technology we got in these planes and everything. We can't get a clear shot of what the hell this was. That we got a black and white little dot on the screen. I feel like we could do a little better than that.
Well, yes, but this is footage that we're seeing from, and welcome everybody who's watching live on Facebook and YouTube. Remember to thumbs up the video if you can. This is also image that was shot from our military fighter pilots,
I feel like we can get the military some better equipment that they could see what they're looking at a little clearer.
We want GoPros on the F-14s?
I'm sorry, but
I think Frank was caught by some aliens. So this is some of the footage to so you guys know what Frank's talking about. It's a little blurry, but I'll tell you what, that is a noticeable, that you can see. That's a thing right there.
That's a thing. Frank.
That's all we know. It's a dot. It could be a balloon. It could be anything.
But basically, and I'm going to put the link to the video in the description below for you guys. It's basically, I mean, you're talking about Air Force pilots looking at this thing going, holy crap, I don't know what this is. This is an unidentified object.
Could be a drone. It could be some schmo on a boat with a drone.
You're a drone.
It's aliens.
Or it could be aliens. I want it to be aliens. I hope it's alien. But I don't know. I mean, it looks like a little dot. I'm saying, if they had a GoPro, we'd get a clearer shot of whatever the hell this was. I don't know what equipment they're using, but it's very low tech to me.
Even still, it is painfully obvious the speed that these things are moving, that this is an unidentified flying object. Look at the speed at which that is moving. Look at that.
It's all relative, though. It's relative speed. It's like it could be going at 30 miles an hour, but the plane's moving, it's moving, the water, you don't know.
Now, here's a thought I had.
Unless it tells you. Unless the video tells you how fast it's going, like the Navy says.
It doesn't, but it's going way faster than anything. At one point, one of the pilots says, I think it's a drone, and then another guy goes, that drones don't move that fast, or whatever he says, something to that nature. But here's my thought. We used to be afraid, we used to be terrified that aliens were going to come here and they were going to take us over, right? Now we have this footage from years and years and years ago, and my new fear now is that aliens came, they're uninterested or scared and don't want to help, and they left. And now
Exactly.
we're stuck with this coronavirus, and
They're
who
like,
knows?
no, thanks.
Like they gave us one look and was like, oh, I don't think so. Let's check out Mars and
Can
see
you
what's
blame
over
them?
there.
Let's
No.
see. Let's give them coronavirus. Oh, okay. Toilet paper is not in stock. Bye, guys.
They came here, got one look at our toilet paper shelves, and we're like, forget it. Let's get out of here.
Beep, 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 beep. Bye.
Could be.
Janine, do you think we got aliens? I mean, obviously, I feel like. Is there anybody who doesn't think that there are aliens?
Here's what I say
I think there are aliens.
Go
about
ahead.
aliens. I believe in them. I believe that there's probably some here hiding in human bodies.
Do you think
And
it's
I'm
a
not
full
even kidding.
Come
Men
on.
in Black scenario where like there's aliens as walking around as people?
Yes. So my thing with aliens is, okay, people have claimed to see them and, been abducted and have gone through their body and have like what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have like a very similar look. So why
You mean
not?
the people that are abducted all tend to look the same?
No, the aliens.
Oh, you mean
Description of the aliens.
what they're describing?
Well, it's not like all
Yes.
these people are under a rock. They hear other people's reports and they know, they've seen movies.
Well, there's
Now
that's
that we
the
have
thing,
the
though,
internet,
where
but
they-
like she's saying, like, back in the 70s, they were all reporting these things and basically describing them the same exact way. And they would have had no way of knowing. I've heard that.
Right.
I've heard this theory before. You have people that have no idea. There would be no way for them to communicate with one another, and they're both talking about the same sort of scenario, describing the same sort of alien form.
There were
Exactly.
alien movies in the 70s. I mean, there was I feel like for a long time, there was a common picture. When someone says aliens, there's a common picture in everybody's head. I feel
Right,
like
but
that's
where
been
would they
that way
get that
for a
from?
while.
Right. Janine
That's
makes a
my
good
thing.
point. Where did they get that from? Let's say hey to Matt, Rich, Jay, Charles, Debbie, all watching on Facebook. Mike agrees with Frank that the photos are blurry, and that's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. I don't. It's not like. Here's the thing, though. If they would have said that it was like a weather balloon, or if they would have identified it as something, then you know what it is. If they can't identify it, and these are military personnel who fly every day, can't identify what's in the sky. Like, come on, that should be all the proof that one needs. You don't need
Just because a pilot can't identify something doesn't mean it's an alien.
Oh,
It
Frank,
just
you're
means
like
it's
that
an-
guy
this thing.
who holds up
me-
the sign, prove me wrong.
It means
No,
it's an
listen, I wanna
unidentified
believe in
flying object, is what it means.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean alien, it means unidentified.
All right, this is what I'm going to suggest to you, Frank. He mentioned Tom DeLonge before. I have been following Tom DeLonge for years.
That's an embarrassing admission. Go ahead.
Well, he used to be in one of my favorite bands, but
Another embarrassing admission.
they were good when they first came out. But that's besides the point. Go read up on his stuff because he is obsessed with aliens.
Yeah.
What makes him an expert?
He started I think what's it called? The Star Academy, Janine? It's called?
He knows his stuff.
He literally stopped
What does
Blink
he know?
182. He stopped
He
being
did.
in Blink 182 just to start the Star Academy to prove that there
Yep.
were aliens. And what's hilarious is he
Has he
found this
proved it?
he found this video, and he found it within like a year, I think, of starting this thing. He came
Yep.
across this video, got the video from the government, put it out, and then literally forced the hand of the government into admitting that these videos were in fact real.
Hey, I want it to be real. I hope it's real. I just need a little more proof than a dot flying across the screen.
I would, maybe you're an alien. That's what I'm starting to think. That Janine's little theory is true, and you're an
could be.
alien life form.
Frank, bend over. Let's see if you're an alien.
How is that gonna? Wait. a second.
Supposedly, aliens don't have buttholes.
And you know this because
I told you I'm obsessed with aliens.
Who's the real alien here, Janine?
Well, the real alien, please stand up.
It makes sense that they don't have buttholes because the 3 seashells. And now it's all starting to come together.
All I'm saying is I've seen better videos of supposed alien sightings than that.
Yeah, but from military aircraft?
With my own remember in the 90s, one of the things that I still remember seeing on the news
Blink-182's heyday, I like to call the 90s. Yeah.
Right. Was the Phoenix Lights. Do you remember that?
Frank, we're a little younger than you.
Yeah, how old are you?
No, that's not true.
You're like
that's
a year younger than me.
I know, I'm kidding.
You're disgustingly old.
In like 97 or something, there was the thing called the Phoenix Lights. Over Phoenix, Arizona, there was this triangle shaped, and there were like just spotlights all in the sky. It was like a mile wide, and there were like a dozen or so lights in the sky hovering over Phoenix for like hours. And there were thousands of people on the ground that saw it, all different cameras that caught it. And this was reported on the news, and there's still to this day no explanation for it.
Okay,
that to me is more compelling.
Your argument is that lights in the sky is more compelling than a blurry object that you can clearly see, even though you can't make out the exact form from the government?
Yeah.
God, because I hate you so much.
That thing could be anything.
Frank.
The lights, what is that? What are the lights? The government didn't explain it. Didn't come from them.
But they don't have an explanation. That's the whole point. They're not saying this is an alien life form. They're saying it's an unidentified flying object. They can't pinpoint what it is.
Yes, but this is also witnessed by, one or two pilots with a camera that had, with the lowest visibility. The Phoenix Lights were witnessed by thousands and thousands of people with all hundreds of cameras. Everybody got different angles of it. I watched it as it was happening on TV. And
while listening to Metallica.
Probably. I don't know. I'm just saying there's more unbelievable stuff. Like this to me seems Frank? Believable.
I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Send me some stuff.
Okay.
Send me all the stuff. I'll take all the stuff.
This is, you haven't seen this movie? Let me tell you all about it. Let me send you articles on how good the movie is.
What do you mean you haven't seen this movie?
No, this will be good. Janine, send him some stuff, and I want to see if we change Frank's mind.
I believe. No, I believe there are.
We're all in agreement that
this is proof of it.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that
do I believe there are aliens among us? I don't believe they're in disguise. I believe they maybe come down and maybe visit. I don't know. But I don't think they're walking around. I don't think it's like you're, just a guy on the street.
Okay.
All right. Now, Debbie says the people in Phoenix were probably drunk at backyard barbecues. Now, that's something I could get behind. Ooh. Because
speaking of drunk,
because in Arizona you have nothing but Arizona is like Florida. There's just great weather, a lot of retirees, and plenty of alcohol to go around.
That's true. I've never been there myself, but
I would love to go to Arizona and party right now. I think Frank's an alien. That would explain all the Star Wars love. Like, that's why he identifies with Star Wars so much.
Meet.
See, but if I were an alien, wouldn't I steer away from that stuff to?
No, that's what you would want us to believe. That's why you're leaning into it.
Exactly.
Son of a
It's
bitch.
like reverse psychology, reversed.
At this point, I kind of wish I were an alien.
Yeah. I can't believe this, but I do want to. I do want you to bend over.
That's why you don't have an iPhone.
I do want you to bend over and show us your rear end so we can see if there's a hole there or not.
His non-butthole.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take my word for that one.
Is that why you don't have an iPhone? Because aliens are allergic to iPhone technology?
I think so.
I'm talking to you right now on an iPad.
Starting to make a lot of sense. How do we know that for sure?
I don't know.
Let me take a picture of it. I'll send it to you.
On what?
On my phone.
An Android?
An Android phone.
An alien Android device?
Yes.
I am calling for the stoppage of endorsing Joe Biden. And let me explain why. We are in extreme times right now. There's a global pandemic going on. I don't have a lot of tolerance for this sort of behavior when there's not a global pandemic going on. But when there is a global pandemic going on, this whole every day we're getting a new story of like, guess who endorsed Joe Biden today? Look who's endorsing Joe Biden today. Joe Biden to pick up a big endorsement tomorrow. Am I the only one that could care less? The first one was President Obama. Like, of course, okay, like no kidding. Like the guy he was vice president for, he's going to endorse him. Okay, great. Then it was the leader of the Democratic Party, Nancy Pelosi. Shocker there, right? And then it was yesterday, it was Hillary Clinton. Who cares? Who cares? I'm
People
against.
care.
Why?
Biden doesn't even know what he's being endorsed for. Number one.
That's an
Maybe.
interesting point. And the more and more I
That's
read,
okay.
I'm thinking there might be something behind that. But my point is, and this is not just a Democratic thing. I would be just as equally mad if a Republican was running, and there are going to be Republicans running for office that are going to pick up endorsements from other Republicans. I could care less. These are non-stories. People want to know if they're going to walk outside and they're going to die or not. And they're sitting there going, you'll never guess, but President Obama endorsed Joe Biden. Like, of course he did. Move past this.
Yeah, but Obama didn't endorse him until he was the only person.
And that was messed up, because if somebody was going to endorse early, it should have been Obama cakes for Biden Bear early on in the process. I would be so pissed if I was
I like
Biden.
the pet names.
I would be so
Right.
pissed.
You're
He
looking.
should
You
have
know
done
what,
that a
though?
long time ago.
He should have.
All
He
we're
should have been
getting is-
day one, been like, Joe's the guy. Get behind Joe.
Yeah.
All we're getting is coronavirus stuff, and then there's another story here or there, and we should be embracing all these different
No,
stories.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm happy to get a distraction story. This is a non-story. Now, if you turned around and told me Senator Mitch McConnell endorses Joe Biden, that's an article I'm going to read. I want to see what the hell happened and that went down. But you're talking
Which
about
is fine.
Democrat A, B, C, D, and on down the line. Every day from now until November, we're going to have to
God.
deal
All
with.
right.
We're going to have to
See how
deal.
mad I'm getting about it.
We're going to have to deal with this. I can't take it anymore. This is
Is
not.
it hard for you to deal with?
Yes.
Are you having trouble dealing with it?
Yes, it's not news, and I hate it. I hate
Who
every
said
bit
was
of it.
News? No, so don't listen to it.
I can't ignore it. People are like, oh, Joe Biden picks up another key endorsement. Is it a key endorsement? Let me ask you a question. Is there any Democrat right now that's not going to vote for friggin' Joe Biden? Joe Biden is the
Not
most
news.
inconsequential character in this entire election. It's people who love Trump and people who hate Trump. It's inconsequential that Joe Biden is even there. Okay?
It's true.
Nobody cares. Why are we endorsing this guy?
Because they have to endorse someone, I guess.
No, I hate it.
Public people.
Hillary Clinton endorses Joe Biden. It's Hillary Clinton picking up like 15 more minutes of fame and articles in a news cycle. It's like
She really doesn't need more exposure. I'm sure she's doing just
So
fine
then why is she
without
doing
that.
it? Why is she agreeing to
I
it?
bet
Why is
people
she
ask.
like, I'm important enough to endorse Joe Biden?
Because I bet people were asking, are you going to officially endorse
Ugh,
it?
that's
the
my
thing.
point.
It's all in name. It's all unofficial until it's official.
Here's the thing. I can sort of have a smidge of tolerance for this again in a normal circumstance. It's never an article I'm going to read ever. If it's like, look
care
who
about.
endorsed this candidate, I could care less.
Wow.
Again, unless you're talking about you're coming from way on the other side to endorse somebody, I am uninterested in your partisan BS. I could care less. And now, even more than ever, the focus should be on important news items, not so and so. It would be just as illegitimate if again, Senator Mitch McConnell endorses President Trump for another run. Like, yeah, no kidding. He's the guy in office. Like, of course he's, and he's a Republican. Of course he's going to, that's who he's rooting for. No shit. Why? Like, if I'm in the Biden camp, I'm like, hey, stop asking for endorsements. Let's just be quiet. We'll come out in November, like the
That's
like
the other thing.
Punxsutawney
That's the other
Phil.
part of it.
Punxsutawney Joe will come out in November and be like, "Hey, just want to remind everybody, I'm not President Trump." And people go, "Oh, that's right. That's where I wanted to go," and vote
Well,
and
the
be done.
endorsement part is also publicity for the candidate. It's getting them more airtime.
I hate it, Frank.
Okay, I know, I understand. I hate all of it.
It is a waste of time. It is like saying, it is like if I gave you 15 minutes of the podcast to profess your love for Star Wars. We all know you love Star Wars. We don't have to sit here through all the greatness of Star Wars. We get it. Nobody cares. It's just, and by the way,
see,
again,
that's the thing. No. You don't care, but there are Star Wars fans out there that care.
But I'm saying we have, especially, my point is especially now, we have something that is major going on that we really kind of need to devote all our time to. And that should be the most important thing going, right? And then when you need a distraction from that, it's the funny baby video or the guy who hits a home run off his wife and she's pissed now, like that thing.
Memes.
Or a meme,
no
right?
In between. It's either the most extreme story or the most ridiculous story. There's no in between.
I feel like political endorsements from your own party members
are not news.
Is a waste of time to begin with. And now that we're really facing a crisis, it's even more of a waste of time. Stop doing it. It's not.
Here's why.
Go ahead.
Here's why they do it. Because let's say Hillary Clinton for a while was backing Bernie Sanders. Then Bernie Sanders drops out. Now she's saying, I back Joe Biden. That's not just saying something. That's saying that I back everything he's about. So that's saying, like, I'm on board with his campaign now. I will talk good about him. I'm a fan.
I'm going to give you two tenths. I'm going to give you, go ahead, Janine. I'm going to give you 2/10 of a point with that one right there, because I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I don't care. Like, it's still,
it's not for you then.
It's still a Democrat going. It's like, oh, who's the winner now? Okay, I'll go for that guy. Like, all of Bernie's people goes to Joe's people. Like,
it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine.
Like, to me,
but it's just being official about it. That's all it is.
To me, I'm more interested in a newspaper or Elon Musk or like, okay, who's that guy voting for? That's something I might click on. Who Hillary Clinton, President Obama, and who they're voting on? Like, it's a non-story. It's a non-story because of course they're going for their own party. If somebody breaks party lines, give me a call. That I want to hear. But if you...
Yeah, but it's the game isn't over, though, because it's not just Joe Biden. You could write someone in. What if Hillary Clinton said, I'm still backing Bernie Sanders, and I want to write him in?
Okay, then that's a story, but that's not what's happening. The stories are of who's going for...
That puts that worry to rest.
And here's what pisses me off. I know what the next one is going to be. The next one is going to be Bernie Sanders... or any of the other candidates that dipped out. Then we got to hear from Bill Clinton. Then we got to hear from, who's the guy who builds all the houses?
So don't listen. Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. Like, of course, like, they're all...
I feel like he already endorsed someone. I don't know.
I don't know, but it just drives me crazy.
It's just being official about it. That's all it is.
I hate it.
It's telling the American people, anybody who's a fan of Hillary Clinton, it's telling them, this is who I'm voting for. So you could, me or not, that this is my choice. So it's just sharing their choice.
But here's the thing, like, are there fans of Hillary Clinton that are going to vote for President Trump? I just don't see that happening.
But you're acting like those are the only two candidates.
They are the only two candidates. No.
It's not, though. What's his name is running as a it was a former Republican who's running as an independent.
Amish or Amish?
Yeah, Justin
Amash. Now, what's his stance on electricity? Like, this is what I need to know.
I think he likes electricity.
Is he going to horse and buggy it into the White House? Because then I'm going to vote for him because I want to see that. That's going to be interesting.
I haven't asked.
That would be the best ever.
We lost touch.
I don't know. I just feel like we're wasting huge sums of time on these endorsements, and it's just like I don't even care. I really don't even care. By the way, is anybody
All right,
else?
so you don't care. That's fine.
Is anybody else like a little concerned with we are in the middle of a pandemic and we have an election going on? Like, what's that voting process going to be like?
Exactly.
I think it's going to be like the way you go to the grocery store.
Like
You
one at a
show
time?
up with sick. Yeah, they let
Embarrassingly
people stand in
hungry with a
line.
craving for Oreos?
Right. And the
Going
only
the
way to
wrong
go
way
with that
down the aisle.
is double stuff, baby.
I'm
We're gonna
sure
have
you like getting double stuffed.
Oh, hi-oh.
Nice.
Alien butt.
Someday.
Yeah, I'm a little like I wonder how that's gonna work. I just feel like this is gonna be
Do
a
you
mess.
guys vote?
Yeah, I vote.
Yes.
You both do?
I don't vote all the time, but I
Okay.
do. Like I will go. Like there are
Like,
definitely times
okay.
where I'm like, I'm not going. It's just not gonna. Like if it's raining, forget it. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, like right.
If it's a little chilly and I need a jacket, I might skip it. But if it's like perfect weather conditions and there's nothing on Twitter happening and I can't, if my Netflix is down, then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be there as a proud American.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, completely. But I'm worried because even in New York, they're setting up. They can't force people to vote by mail, so they can't even send you. Did you see this the other day in Governor Cuomo's press conference? They can't send you a ballot. All they can do is send you a request for a ballot. So that means they send you the piece of paper. You got to fill it out and be like, I would like a ballot, and send it back. Like nobody's gonna vote. Like I feel
Right.
like this is gonna be the lowest turnout ever.
Oh, I mean, I feel like by November, the numbers will be way lower, hopefully. And
Let's hope.
just like you go to the supermarket, you show up, you're 6 feet apart, they're wiping stuff down, you wear gloves, whatever you have to do.
I feel like, we've been talking about how life is going to be so different. I feel like now's the time to take a look at this voting system because.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
There's no possible way to do it on the internet, right?
There's a
Hackables.
reason. There's a reason why I guess anything is possible, but there's a reason.
Well, hackers is the number one.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But there's a reason why, not even on the internet, but there's a reason why we still vote in high school gymnasiums. And that's because the minute you centralize voting is the minute that it becomes way easier to
Exactly.
mess with it. When you have literally thousands of different voting systems and places and locations and all that stuff, you can't rig that.
You can't get to them all.
Right. You can't get to them all. So that's the reason why we're still voting so archaically. But I mean, I don't know. There's got to be, you got to feel like there's some way, even though you can't really entrust one company to handle. I mean, if one company came out and said, "Hey, everybody, we came up with this flawless voting system," like who's going to go for that?
Right.
Just nobody.
I wish we could just text it in
That'd be the best.
or
Right.
do it like American Idol, just call up. or
One
something.
Trump, two Biden.
Yeah,
But-
that's
I mean,
easily hackable. But what are you gonna do?
realistically, though, is there a way to do it? Is there a way to do it securely and a way to trace it after the fact and a way to confirm votes after the fact? To
don't know.
confirm that you did it. Like, I don't know. I am a huge tech guy. I feel like somebody out there can figure out something or come up with something we don't know about just yet.
I mean, maybe with like facial recognition or voice recognition or something. Maybe there's a way to do it that way. Like what they have like security locks and stuff like that. Maybe with a thumbprint. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you could thumbprint like your phone or something. You enter your thumbprint and that's your vote.
Something. Something. I don't know. We'll have to
Don't know.
see.
You
There was
can
that.
get on that.
There was that whole
Right.
movie. What was the one where Robin Williams is playing like the Jon Stewart character on The Daily Show, and then he decides that he's going to run for president, and then he actually wins.
Oh yeah.
Remember that movie? And it turns out that the voting software screwed up because they had the letters in their last names, or so it was some crazy
Well,
crazy
that's the
premise.
thing. That'll be said.
Yeah.
So-
Before we go, and I'm glad Janine is here for this because I feel like, Janine, you're our celebrity expert. I feel like the heavier, the chunkier and crazier Demi Lovato gets, the hotter she gets. Like, I am just all in Demi Lovato's camp. And people are supposedly, like, I don't know, fat shaming her. Like, I saw like a bunch of tweets like, oh, look how thick she's getting. I think she's hotter now than she's ever been before.
Well, she was never like, pencil skinny.
She was never a twig.
Right, she was never.
No.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with the way,
I think she's hot.
No, she is pretty.
And she's
Why
a
would
little
people be fat shaming? I don't understand. She's
a little nutty
people
too.
Fat
Like,
shame anyone.
I know it's disgusting.
But I
Found
see
that movie was Man of the Year.
Man of the Year. Thank you.
Oh wow.
That was
Okay.
it.
I looked it up. But yeah, Demi Lovato, she's looking good. And she got a line of workout clothes or something.
Yeah, she's selling her little stretchy pants. Like, is there anything? She's a little like nutty. Like, she's a little crazy. She needs pills to keep her straight. Like, is there anything hotter than somebody who has her own clothing line and a pill issue?
Well,
I love it.
right. I mean, crazy girls. You know what they say about them?
What do they say, Ginny?
They say aliens
Same
don't have
thing
buttholes.
they say about crazy guys.
Okay.
I don't know. I think she's fine. I heard she was dating too. And then she's open to like dudes and chicks,
Girls.
which is like, yeah, I mean, you can't increase your odds any better. That's basically the only two we got on the planet.
Well,
Hey, cast the net.
and
Cast a wide net.
aliens.
Yeah, she could have been like, I'm open to aliens too. If Tom DeLonge knows anybody, introduce me. That'd be the best. All right, but my question to you is there a celebrity out there that you think would be better looking if they gained a little bit of weight? Like, if you were like, who would be totally hot? So-and-so, if they just had a couple of cheeseburgers and bulked it up a little bit.
Maybe Adam Levine.
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine?
He's very skinny.
So that's
He's
Adam
skinny, but
Levine.
he's muscular.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
He's small.
That's your problem with Adam Levine, is that he's small, not that he's like covered in tattoos and sweaty all the time?
No, I love tattoos. The more the better, actually.
Really?
I do.
Is that a chick thing? Because I don't know if I'm like, oh, that girl has a tattoo. She's so much hotter.
If
Depends
a
on the
girl has a
tattoo
sleep
and-
tattoo,
Yeah.
I think that's nice too.
So
My wife has tattoos. I'm neither here nor there on them. I don't hate them. I don't love them. Like, it's just like a part of her. Like, it
I
doesn't.
like them.
I never saw her tattoos and was like, oh, that's she's.
I
Even,
only have one, but I'm gonna get more.
And what about Guy? I don't think I blipped out. I don't know if you heard me.
this
Does
guy,
Guy have any
yeah,
more?
guy
Or
has
is
a
he
tattoo.
getting more?
Yeah.
He just has one. I'm not sure
has
if
the
he's
one.
gonna get any more or not.
Are you
He's
getting?
not a tattoo guy.
Are you gonna get a Tom DeLonge tattoo? Is there any truth
Oh,
to that
it's-
rumor?
Oh, he's another one too.
Oh, he's all
If he
tattooed
gained
up.
a little weight, he has gained a little bit of weight, but
You think your husband would be hotter if he gains a little bit more weight? You're giving hope to men everywhere.
Tom DeLonge.
Oh, Tom DeLonge. Oh, I thought you meant your husband.
No.
Yeah, nobody more weight. Maybe Keira Knightley.
Okay.
I'd have to look that up. I feel like I should know who Keira Knightley is. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's in all kinds of crazy movies, but she's
Pirates of the
very very
Caribbean,
skinny.
right?
Say again. Pirates of the
Pirates.
Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's too skinny. Yeah, see?
She's twiggish.
I'm
which
with
is
you on
fine,
Taylor
too.
Swift.
But
Taylor Swift
Taylor
is
Swift.
too skinny.
She
No,
is
she's not.
skinny.
She needs a roast beef sandwich. You don't think
Frank.
she's too skinny?
I think she looks good.
Oh,
I
Frank.
wouldn't.
Frank.
I mean,
She
if
actually-
she did, it'd be fine. But I wouldn't mess with.
She
what
has
she's
had
got going
problems
on.
with her weight.
Has she?
Who, Taylor Swift?
No, she has.
Well, that's my point is that like women, like they have these weight issues, and I kind of feel like some of you guys need to get a little bigger, to be honest. Like, you shouldn't have the weight issues.
Yeah, to each their own. Some people look good, with a little more meat, and that's fine.
Mhm.
I think most people look better with a little bit more meat. I don't know. She's got that skinny. Hold on here. Here's Taylor Swifter.
I gotta get rid of this.
There she is. Look at that. Look at that arm. That's a little too skinny. I need.
Is that present day?
I don't know. Yes.
See,
Does that make you feel better?
I need an accurate source.
That's present. Yeah. I presently Googled that today, and that's what came up. So yes.
Very good. Very good. No, I think she looks fine. And there was a whole documentary about her and weight problems, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
In her documentary, she talked about it. So,
I don't know why people get on
else?
everybody with weight. It's just listen to the song, damn it.
Also, yeah, like I feel like they're one like pizza rustica pie away from like getting to their goal weight. Like just the saltiness in one of those, you plump up real quick. No,
those are good.
Yeah, exactly.
Who has those? Where can you get those?
Nowhere. You got to kind of make them. Nobody really makes those like well.
How they should be made. Yeah.
The butcher shop I worked in, the deli butcher shop that I worked in, they made them every now and then.
Okay.
They were great. You need like a real Italian deli that on occasion they'll pull out some homemade stuff, and that on occasion they'll have that.
Okay,
maybe
here.
Uncle Giuseppe's.
Look at this, and this is see. Here's another one. Selena Gomez. Look at this. Look at these two together. Now tell me that Demi Lovato in the hotter one in that picture.
I can barely. The screen I'm looking at, I can't see that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's other factors. There's the tan, the dress.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That skinny little drug addict look is not really an attractive thing for me. And I feel like most chicks think that that's what they need to look like. And I'm here to say that that's not true.
No. Everybody's got everybody looks good at different levels, different weights. And people have their own signature weight that looks good on them.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
I'm trying to see what the max weight is that I look good at. That's why I'm stretching the limits to see.
Well, your hair's adding about 20 pounds right now.
Yeah, dude. Do you keep things in there like your wallet and stuff?
I keep my Apple Pencil. Wait, let's see.
Oh, I'm sure it'll stick.
Because it's pretty heavy.
He doesn't know what that is because, he's an alien.
Android guy.
First of all,
Android.
I have an Apple Pencil. Hang on.
Android.
Look at that. Look at this.
See, he's frozen. Every time I mention Android, it freezes.
Apple Pencil.
Very good.
Right here.
Ooh, 2 out of the 3 of us have an Apple Pencil. Do you have one, Janine?
Yeah, where's yours?
I have a whatchamacallit? I have a Windows laptop.
Windows, see?
What are they called?
Surface?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I have a pen for that.
Do you have a tablet too?
I have an iPad.
Okay.
The Surface is like a tablet as well, so
all right, to wrap this up, let me understand something here, Frank. You're telling me that you're gonna every time somebody endorses Joe Biden, you're gonna click on that article and read it?
No, but it's good to log away in my
see, go screw yourself. I can't stand
whatever
you.
the hell. I'm not gonna read the article. I don't care that much.
You just admitted that it's useless. There's no reason for it. You could care less too.
You don't need the article.
You're pretending like it's a good thing.
Banner that scrolls on the bottom, but that's all you need.
You need none of it. Nobody needs to endorse Joe Biden.
No.
It's Biden and Trump. We get it. We'll wait till November and we'll hash it out then.
But it's just more positive press for their candidate. That's all it is.
Do you think that there is anything at any point, sexual harassment allegations, rape allegations, do you think there's anything that can shake up this? I'm saying, do you think that there's anything that can shake up this election? I think there's nothing. I think if it comes out that Joe Biden killed 14 people, which is only 2 more than President Trump killed, people will still be there going, I still like my guy. I don't know. I think my guy's good.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Trump people would be saying, at least he didn't kill 14, and Biden people would be saying, my guy killed 14. Look how motivated he is. He didn't stop at 12 like Trump did.
You're right, exactly.
That's the truth. You know what though? It's you're not voting for the guy. You're voting for the party for the most part, and that's
Frank.
What?
That's a conversation for our next podcast.
Who are you voting for? The guy or the party?
Yeah.
Well, that's anything. I mean, especially this election.
Which is so
They're
true
just voting
because
party. They don't care about who it is.
that's what's so fascinating to me, because I literally hate both of these parties, and I can't understand why people are enthusiastic about them whatsoever.
I don't know. I don't know why there are only two.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
I say there should be zero parties. Do away with all parties. Everybody's forced to think for themselves. And if, let's say this person's against this person's for that, that should be your qualification. Be I'm this, and that represents everything.
I don't know.
You know, like
Parties.
in Congress or the Senate, it shouldn't be half the room is this, half the room is that.
Right.
Mix the room up, and everybody has their own mind.
Political parties.
Do away with parties.
Political
Throw some
parties.
aliens in there. We're good.
Throw some aliens in there.
The alien party.
Political parties are not in the Constitution, yet have been a part of our country from the very beginning. And we haven't changed
All right.
yet.
And I think George Washington warned us against political parties.
I think he did. Yeah. I think he did.
Like that, they're not good. They shouldn't be. So that's.
But then he planted an apple tree and had some apples, I think. I don't know how that story goes, but I heard something.
A cherry tree or something.
Was it? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go get pie when this is done. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate everybody who's been watching. Make sure you guys like the video if you're on Facebook or YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please throw us a rate and a review. Make it high. That would be nice. And share this around on your social media if you can. Appreciate that as always. Have a great day. Frankie C. J Sabs over here. We'll catch you on the next one.